What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video. And like most of you out there, I was greatly disappointed with the fact that all of the things we were looking forward to in the game as far as the apparel event and when the actual new content was going to drop in February has been pushed back. Now, we don't have any dates as yet. However, we know it's going to be later than expected. It's going to be past February of next year. However, the game did implement Title Update 14 today, so I wanted to take some time, answer some questions, and go over some of the patch notes as well. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for a PlayStation 5, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on December 31st of 2021, and as most of you know by now, watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why you have the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. So there happen to be a bunch of different things I want to go over in today's video, and as always I will leave a link to the patch notes in the description down below. Now, starting off with the winter rewards, you can see here it says the following: the end of the year themed hoarder is back in the summit in the open world. Killing them will drop the Slayer weapon as well as the new chill out gear mask. The Santa Hunter is back on the prowl in the Summit Penthouse. Killing them will drop the Santa mask. So starting off with the NPC who can drop the Slayer and the new Chill Out mask. Now, I will do a standalone video on where to find this guy because there are multiple areas around the map where he can pop up. However, I am going to show you my favorite spot right now. All you're going to do is go to downtown East and fast travel to the Grand Washington Hotel. Once you're there and you load into the screen, all you're going to do is do a 180 and go towards MLK Memorial Library. And if the guy is going to pop up, you will see him within the first 15 seconds. Like right now, you'll see him going to head towards the library. The guy's going to pop around on the left side. I take him out and pick up the gear. Now keep in mind, as anything in this game, the higher the difficulty you play on, the better quality of loot you may get. However, you can do this on any difficulty whatsoever. You can see I'm playing on normal. I wind up getting the Slayer and the new Chill Out mask, which by the way happens to be a great mask because it does give you 2 mod slots. Another important factor to keep into consideration is you can farm for these 2 items as many times as you want. Now what I recommend is this: if you get to the location and he's not there, I recommend resetting your control points, or in this case all I did is log out and log back in. As you can see here, once again he pops up a little further down the street this time. Just take him out, pick up the loot, and one thing I recommend is you really want to farm for this new mask as much as you can, because with it giving you 2 mod slots, if you can find a god rolled version, reroll that core attribute to weapon damage, there are so many different things you can put together with this item. Now moving on to the Santa Hunter mask, my friends, which is the exact same mask we got last year. So chances are if you have it, there's no need to farm for it again, and I actually don't even know if it will drop a second time. However, for those of you that don't have it as yet, the difficulty doesn't matter because it's a cosmetic item. So get to floor 100 on normal, take out the hunters, and you should be able to get it. One final thing I'd like to mention before we get into the rest of the patch notes is that for the next 4 weeks straight, we have non-stop global events. Today we have Shade Exposed. Next week we have everyone's favorite, which is Golden Bullet, followed by Reanimated, and then to finish everything off, we have Hollywood. Now, most of you know by now these global events are a great time to earn name caches, exotic caches, legacy caches, so you can pick up a lot of gear that possibly has eluded you for a while. Now, every week moving forward, I will be doing a dedicated video on each of the global events and the best ways to farm for XP so you can really stack up on some really good gear. Next, my friends, let's talk about some of the changes to talents and skills we can expect with this new title update. You can see here at the top, there's a gear set rework for the Striker's Battle gear set. It will no longer lose stacks for missed shots. Stack loss per second has been increased to 2. They have also fixed an issue where the Technician Specialization ammo would get refilled when equipping the 4th piece of Tip of the Spear gear set. They fixed an issue where the Outsider talent duration did not match its description. The in-game duration has been reduced from 10 seconds compared to 20 previously. And last but not least, they fixed an issue where adrenaline rush would be triggered by enemy skills and traps. And that kind of bums me out. I mean, I really want to see how that is going to affect gameplay because, to be honest, when I'm using adrenaline rush, I'm more focused on the NPC than any of the stuff they're laying down. So it's like, we'll see what happens. And let me know in the comments section if you actually see a change with that change that they made. Next, my friends, I'd like to talk about some visual glitches that are finally being fixed. And I know for a lot of gamers out there, this has been bothering you for a while, and as always, if any of these on the list, you check them out, you're still having an issue, please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, as I said before, I'm going to leave a link to all of these patch notes in the description down below. That way you can go through them at your leisure, check them out, and just go through all the details. But some of them you can see here are as follows. They fixed an issue where players would experience brightness changing from very dark to very bright at certain angles in the final garage door at Space Administration HQ. I know that happened to me a bunch. They also fixed what they refer to as a bunch of weird textures and floating objects, and that does happen a lot in the game. We've noticed it here and there for a while. There's like floating trash in certain spots, and there's, missing wall texture and things like that. So hopefully we see a lot of these changes, and it does improve overall gameplay. And as I start to wrap this video up, many of you have reached out to the channel asking what my opinion is in regards to the news we got yesterday that everything was going to be delayed. And needless to say, I'm really bummed out. However, at the same time, I would much rather the game be launched in a state where it's truly ready than have it come out and it just be a complete and total dumpster fire. And I will go over more of my thoughts and all that stuff in probably a news video either on Friday of this week or more realistically Monday of next week. I want to take a breather from it. I am bummed out, but again, as you can see here, in my opinion, there are a lot of things we can still work on in the game. I know there are a lot of builds that I really want to have maxed before everything comes out, whenever that may be, and honestly, that's what I'm going to focus in on now. On that note, my friends, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support, especially with the video I put out yesterday. Once we got this news, I had to put out a rushed video, which I hate doing, but I wanted to let you guys know exactly what was going on. And to be honest with you, the comments you left me were they were really positive in the sense of, you get it, you'd much rather be ready than not ready, you're supporting the channel. So again, that sincerely means the world. And on a side note, putting the channel aside, I also really appreciate all of the comments that you made in regards to the dev team and, the game designers and programmers and artists, how you're fully supporting them with everything that's going on. Because look, the reality is this, and again, this is my opinion, you may agree, you may disagree, but we all want the same thing, which is the best possible game. If it's going to take a little longer, I'd rather wait and get really the best thing. And keep in mind, as I say that, you have every right as a consumer and as a gamer to be really disappointed with what happened. I mean, we went through this last year. It totally sucks, but don't take it out on an individual. It is not one person's fault. And the reality is this: if you're not enjoying the game, don't play it. Once again, my amazing family, thank you so much for your support. Like I said at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor and hit that like button. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Jammer here! Got nothing. Tango, under fire. Another guy.
Target spotted, Sheriff.